Welcome to the Cedarshed factory. We're back today with another tutorial on how to install a double door. The very first step before installing the door frame is to make sure that the door frame span is level. You want to make sure you have a supporting post or patio stone below where the door posts are going to go. Before you have the roof on is your last chance to double check that it's level. It's easy to make an adjustment now when you installed the floor and it wasn't level. If you wait till the roof's on and then you check, it's going to be much difficult to make an adjustment then. So this is just a reminder. Your step one is double checking that your floor is perfectly level. If you have a 6 foot wide shed, like a rancher 6x9 or a boathouse 6x12, you're going to have a door frame that's going to go on the outside post. Can you put that in there, Jason? We're using an 8x10, but this is for people with a 6x9 or 6 foot wide shed. This is what your door post is going to look like, and you want to keep everything flush to framing. Okay, the trim that overhangs is going to go to the outside. And on the inside, it's going to look like this. So we have it flush to framing. Cedar trim hangs out. Cedar trim hangs out on the outside. And then you can attach some screws from the inside, 3-inch screws to hold it going there. This is for people with the 6 foot wide shed. A rancher 6x9, a boathouse 6x12, rancher 6x12, okay? So make sure that this framing is flush to the outside and the framing goes flush to the edge of the floor. There'll be a corner board that goes in between and fills hereafter. So this is why this sticks past 3/4 of an inch. If you have an 8 foot wide shed or 10 foot wide shed, after you've checked your floors level, you're going to install the blank wall 001 for the 8 foot shed or a blank wall 00 or 015 for a 10 foot wide shed. Go ahead, guys. This is to fill in the opening to fit the door. You can put some screws through the stud of the wall panel here. This wall panel here. Some screws in there. Okay. Flushing it up on the way. You want to check that our outside corner here, we're going to go flush to the framing. Okay, we're going to put corner boards and trim on after to fill this in. So what right now is we want flush to framing. Everything's nice and flush here, as you can see. After you got the blank wall 01 or 015 installed, you're going to put the vertical door frame, which is door frame 008. This is a 2x3 stud with a piece of cedar trim that overhangs 3/4 of an inch to cover this. So this is the vertical door frame 008. There should be 2 pieces, one for each side. You can put a clamp to hold them together as well if they're pulling apart on you. I will stop it from pulling apart when you fasten it together with the 3-inch yellow screws. We are using the 3-inch yellow zinc screws provided in the kit for this part. Okay, next we're going to put door frame 012. This is 2 2x3s nailed together, 65.5 inches long. We are going to put the seam where the joint is, goes to the sky or to the floor, however you want to mention it. So it's very important, as you can see here, I have the seam is pointing down to the floor. If you have it rotated, which is a common customer mistake, I'm just going to show you guys, let me rotate it. This is wrong. This will not fit and cause you issues later in the installation. Turn it back. This is correct. We want to keep the eye to the sky. So we're going to go flush to the framing on the inside. This is going to overhang. It's just, it gives you extra strength. What you want is you want it flush to the outside of the framing here. Flush. This is how it should look. The overhang on the inside is just, it's just because it's thicker, but it's going to give you extra strength. You don't want it on this side, it's got to go on this side. Okay. The door frames are installed, the vertical post and the horizontal frame. We are going to check for parallel measurements. It should be 62.5 inches wide, top and bottom. This is very important for installing the door later. Once it's set, you can put some screws down into these side walls, into the floor. Some 3-inch screws. 3-inch gold screws. Okay, this will hold it. So we want 62.5 parallel measurement on the bottom and the top. If you're less on the bottom or more, it's going to cause issues when you hang the door. Once the door frame is set, the measurements are parallel, we know where floor is level. We're going to install the top plates and the gables and the roof and the gussets and come back and hang the door last. So we don't want to hang the door yet because the roof can still rack and move. We want to install the roof and get everything done, get the shed solid, and then come back. So we've done everything we can. We've prepped for installing the door. We've made sure our floor is level and our frames are parallel measurement the whole way, the width, and this will make for an easy install later. Once the door frame is installed, you can install the top and bottom trim, and we're ready to install the doors. We use a shim here to help space it. And this is just an extra piece of bevel left in the kit, and it works good. It's on a taper and allows us to lift it up and down to space it out evenly. If you don't have an extra piece of bevel, they're usually included in the kit. Any sort of shim or spacing, a flathead screwdriver works well too. So we're just dry fitting both doors right now, and we want to get our gaps and spacing even. Remember that we checked for parallel. Our frame was width the same top and bottom. Our floor is level, and this allows for an easier installation at this part. It does take a little bit of maneuvering around to get the spacing in the gaps. Once you have them spaced evenly, we would recommend putting this a little bit tighter here on this edge. You can keep a little bit of a gap for the door to open, but you want to keep a nice bit of a gap in the middle here, just to allow for any sort of sagging over time. So you don't want to make this too tight. You have to leave a little bit of a space here so that you can open this. As you can see, we left just a hairline crack. You don't want it tight, but you don't want too much of a gap here either. You can have a bit of a gap here, and we'll cover this with a doorstop after. Once you have it spaced evenly, you have some height on the top and the bottom. We used our shim to space it. You can go and put some of the screws included with the door. They're usually taped on. A drill, sometime it works better than an impact gun on this spot too. Now that we've got our door spaced out evenly, we're going to put some screws in to hold it. We recommend using a drill over an impact gun when hanging the door. You can go through and add the screws in every single hole on every hinge. Do your best to try to keep your gaps and margins the same. Continue through the whole shed on both sides until all the screws are in the door hinges. After all the hinges are installed and the screws, we are working on the hardware next. We're putting the door handles, one on each side. After we got some door handles installed to open and close the doors, we're going to do the door stop next. There's a series of pieces, 1x2s and a 1x3. A 1x2, 62.5, goes on the top first. So we're going to close the door here to show you how what the point of the door stop is so that you can't push the door all the way in. So we're flushing the edge of the door here flush to the outside trim. And this door stop is stopping the door from pushing all the way in here. Yeah, I should probably close this one just to make sure too. You can use the finishing nails, the 1 3/4, to fasten that in. After the top piece is installed, the 1x2 62.5, we're going to install the vertical pieces, 1x2 71 and 5/8. Those are going to go one on each side. Same thing, you can match up for flushness. You want this to match the previous one here. You're going to have to close the door first, Kevin, to make sure that's in. So we'll close the door. What we'll do is keep this flush here on the bottom with the trim here. That can probably, hold on, come in a little bit more. I can feel it pushing. No, the other way. Yep, let's try that. You just want it snug, not tight. Okay, perfect, right there. Once that's done, we can do the other side. Have the next piece placed in. Same thing. Flushed up with the other one, 1x2 on the top. We're going to use this door down here, the trim. Now we just want it snug. It shouldn't be tight. When it should close, it should be just nice. There you go, perfect, just like that. So this is what it should look like. After we've installed the horizontal and vertical door stops, we're going to do the 1x3 71 1/4 for the door. So what we've decided is we've include 2 barrel bolts so you can lock one side of the door. So we decided we're going to have this, the left side as the locking, and we can use the right side as the man door. You can do it either side, whichever you prefer. Go ahead, guys. So you're just going to center it halfway on. Sorry, Jason, I just need to get behind you. So you just want it so when the door closes, it strikes the plate to stop it. So you can see it sticks past here, and this is for the door to close. Okay, you can use the 1 3/4 staples, and after that, this is going to add backing for when the door stops. After the door stops are installed, we're going to install the barrel bolts to lock one side of the door in place. Go ahead, Kevin. So what we're going to do is we're going to flush the edge of the door skirting. Can you kind of move your hand there, Jason, just so they can see? This is going to go flush, and Kevin's going to place the barrel bolt in here, and he's just going to scribe with a pen, so he's got a little bit of mark of where the bolt is going to strike the floor. After we do that, we can pull that out of the way, and we have our mark on the floor, and we're just going to take a drill and you're going to drill a hole through there, and that's going to allow the barrel bolt to go in place. After we do that on the bottom, we're going to do the same strategy on the top. We're going to flush the outside door with the trim, one nice flush line. We're going to put the barrel bolt on again, slide the bolt up, use a pen or a pencil to scribe it of where it's going to strike the wood, the top of the doorstop. After that, you can see the mark there. You can take your drill and drill it a hole there as well. That will allow the barrel bolt to slide in there on the top and the bottom to lock one side in place. So you can unlock it and have both doors swing like a barn, or you can have one side locked and use the one side as a man door. After that, the only thing left is to attach the locking hasp on the outside. Final piece is the hasp to install to lock the double doors. This goes on the outside of the doors. Put some screws in included. After all the screws are installed, the hasp should look like this. You can put a lock over. We got both the handles, the stops, the hinges, everything is installed. And that's how you install the double door for a Cedarshed kit. Thanks for tuning in.